Hey, hello everybody, my name is Mr. Soizes, welcome to episode 6 of Crash Landing. Let's get right into it. I made 2 smelteries, which this one was completely dedicated to just making seared brick for like such a long time, like, I don't know, 3 days or something of me playing this. I actually now have 32 stacks of seared brick. And then in this one's kind of the one that I'm using to mix all my metals. Now, while there's nothing really different in here, if I go up one level, you will see there's a lot different on this little level. Remember how I said that you need to make a 5x5 by 7 or 8 down? Well, now it is not so much a 5x5, it's like a 65 by 65, more like it. And so far 3 levels down, but it's going to be more, and it's really easy to dig with these shovels because it does a 3x3 pattern. So it's going to take me no time at all to get this whole area cleared out. Because of digging out that whole area, I now have 200 stacks of dust, which are all being sieved for me, and I have been able to get enough materials to do a lot more stuff, which, like I said, you're going to see in just a sec. Now, pneumatic craft is something I do not like doing on camera. I think it takes a long time to do everything. It's a lot of back and forth, and you have to get materials from everywhere. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I just did all of this stuff off of camera. I made pretty much everything that I'll ever need in Crash Landing, unless I ever want to make like a super industrial system. This is pretty much the most I'll ever need, and I just fill it up with some charcoal, and it should just be off. So pretty much what happens is I would put in the necessary items for a PCB, and then it would go into here, make a PCB, put it into this chest. This system would recognize that there's a just normal PCB in the chest. It would take it out of the chest, put it in here. This would etch it, and then this arm would take it from there and put it into here to make an unassembled PCB, which then all that I need to do, instead of putting in etching acid or anything else, all that I would need to do with this is put it with 3 transistors, 3 capacitors, and I'm off. It's super easy. You can see I only have this quest left, it looks like. Yeah, so I did all of the other ones. This one was extremely hard because it's asking for a speed upgrade. Now let me show you how many I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made a security upgrade. 7, 8. Now I just want to show you the recipe for a speed upgrade. Yes, it has cake and potions. This was one of the things that took me the longest to do. I guess I made 8 or 9 cakes. Now the potions are actually the more difficult part, even though soy, right? I have that soy milk which I can drink, which I used instead of actual milk because I don't have cows right now. And then sugar, of course, from just sugarcane, eggs from sifting dust, flour is from a mortar and pestle with rice. So that was the easy part. Now the hard part was these swiftness potions, because let's look at this. So you have to go, okay, sugar with an awkward potion in a brewing stand. First of all, brewing stand, not too hard because I just happened to kill a few blazes when I was in the city last episode. But then awkward potion, you need nether wart. So, okay, water bottle, that's easy enough. I have water bottles. Now, nether wart. How do you get nether wart? Soul sand. Okay, and there's a 5% drop rate for it. Right, so I need soul sand to be able to do that. How? Let's click on soul sand. I think you can hear me clicking. It does nothing. So I'm going to show you how to get soul sand. Sand right there. Okay, now I have my water set up just coming down, like a pipe coming down from it right here. So what happens is the water goes into it, and once it fills 100% up with water, because it is adjacent with this mycelium, it actually turns it into witch water. The sand gets pulled out of the barrel from this, which is being powered by the lever right there, and that gets pushed into the barrel. So I'm going to see, it's probably going to do it pretty quickly if I take out this soul sand. So it's going to fill that, and as you see, it's making witch water. So it's going to be making witch water, and as soon as it does, as you see, it's filled with what? Witch water. This guy gets to put in a sand, and it gets pulled out as soul sand. So the thing that you can do with witch water is that you can actually make the overworld mobs into underworld mobs. Creepers turn into charged creepers, skeletons turn into wither skeletons, and spiders turn into cave spiders. What's that called? Into a wither skeleton, then I can get skeleton heads because of the iron spikes. Because remember, it counts as a player kill. So, I don't need to even kill them to get wither skulls. Ow! That's not good. Oh no. Oh no, this is much less than ideal. Oh, and there's our first wither skeleton. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, now finally on to the project at hand. We have all the stuff for 6 pulverizers. So I'm going to pull those out finally. I've been waiting for that for a while because I wanted to do this all on camera. We've got a whole bunch of autonomous activators ready to take out. I'm going to need more than this, but this will do for now. So, I don't know what the last thing in the video was. I just tried to explain this whole thing and I didn't do a very good job. So I'm going to redo it. And this is how I think I should explain that the simplest. This ender generator is creating power for the pulverizers right here. Under this block is lava, under this block is water, and because there's cobblestone in between, this is a cobblestone generator. That is creating cobblestone for these pulverizers. And the cobblestone goes in to the bottom of each, and the subsequent items, so gravel or sand, will get pushed up. As you can see, there's gravel there, and in a sec, there should be sand here. And the more times that it gets pulverized, the thinner it gets. So it goes gravel, sand, and then dust. Now, out of the back of every single one of these pulverizers, I have a transfer node taking items out, and they all sync up to put every item that they get into this chest, which is a little bit of a backup. This chest has 3 outputs. It has 1 output with sand, 1 output for gravel, and 1 output for dust. Now, if we follow the line, for instance, for gravel, we can see that it goes into its own sieve sort of pod here. There's going to end up being 5 autonomous activators in total for every sieve. So all of the gravel is going to go into here, and it is going to put it into the sieve. So once we have 5 on each, they are going to be going extremely fast. We just have these little glass casings, these glass covers from the micro blocks, which are holding in all of the items, letting the omnidirectional hoppers pick up all of the items, which will go into their inventory, and then I have the item ducts set to ignore all redstone signals, so they'll continuously be sucking out. And as you see from each one, there's they all go over to this I'm gonna call it an item snake, or a something snake, because it's in a snake pattern. So over here is where all the barrels are. So it's going to try to put it in each single one of these barrels as it goes down the snake, and if it can't fit into any of the barrels, it will check if it is in this whitelist. Now, if it's none of those things, then it should either be broken, pulverized, or crushed dust of some type. This auto packager is going to take items from its left side and attempt to put them in a 2x2 or 3x3 pattern. In this case, we only need the 2x2 function of it, and it will put them as full blocks into here once it gets enough items to do that, as you can see. So as you see, that's the auto packager. I just got over here, and we have a hardened energy cell powering it just right there. Now, from this chest, it's kind of interesting. If we go into this one, you can see that I have all of the ore sands all inside of here on a white list. Underneath here, I have all of the gravels. So, from those 2 outputs of this chest, the items are going to get pulled down to this block placer. And the block placer, once it has an item inside of it, because there's the redstone clock continuously giving it a redstone signal, off and on, off and on, off and on, it'll try to place the block as soon as it gets it. And when it does, this autonomous activator, which has a bunch of stone shovels being pushed into it by these hoppers, it's going to continuously left click, not right click, the item that's in this little area right here. And when it does, it gives an extra chance. As you see, I got 5 from a single block that it broke. So it actually can increase the amount. It is definitely increasing the amount of materials that I'm getting from both gravel and sand. And once it's broken, it gets sucked up into this vacuum hopper, which brings the items back up into the previous chest, where they will try to be packed again now that they are a lower tier and softer. So they'll go in as this, come out from this little system down here as the crushed, and then once they go through the system again, they will all be pulverized. Once they are pulverized and they go into this chest, the same chest on the other side of the autopactor, then they're going to be pulled out by this filter, which says any of the dusts that it names here, it is going to pull them out. And if we just follow this line, goes under there, over, and up, all the way to the, what is this called? High oven. Now over here at the high oven, what we have is that same item duct actually right into here. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a backlog because it's still heating up. Once it gets to its full heat, it's not going to have a backlog anymore. And so pretty much what happens is there is one of these guys, these high oven ducts, and the other one down here is set to put in all of the ores. So they're automatically going to go into here for me. As there becomes enough of one type of ore, it will try to get sucked out because of this faucet. Normally you'd have to right click a faucet, but also giving it a redstone signal will actually make it pour. That's why this redstone clock beside it acts as if you are right clicking on it continuously. Then the item duct from each one will suck it out, and all of them end up at this chest right here, which is filling up really fast, and I'm gonna have to make a storage system. Okay, so that I believe is the storage system done. But yeah, I'm gonna do a whole bunch more stuff for the next episode. Probably finish all the autonomous activators for that system, make it look pretty down there, maybe dig out a whole bunch more levels, probably fix this storage system, maybe even do some ME stuff off camera. Let me know if you want me to actually do more stuff on camera instead of just like, you know, showing off stuff that I've done. Personally, when I watch videos, I like people to be like, hey, I'm gonna build a thing, and then they're like, I need some more of this material. I'm having a problem with this. This is something I need to do. I never even thought about this. Check this out. And then, hey, look, it's done. Let me show how it works. I don't know. I like that much better than, you know, the whole process of, oh, I'm gonna put a block here now, and I'm gonna put, you know, this, and then I'm gonna put one of these into there, and, you know, I think that's kind of boring, personally. But if you guys like that more, then I honestly, it would be way easier to make episodes. So just let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And